All right, guys, welcome to Fast Money Football. I'm joined with Michael and Jelani. How are you guys?
Great, Sarah.
Good.
Thank you for being here. So let's talk about EPL and what's happened so far and what to expect. Could Son Heung-min and the Spurs become even better if Harry Kane finally gets the move to Man City? Jelani, you want to take this first?
Sure. I don't know. I'm not sure about it. I think that there's so much drama right now with this Kane stuff. You see the fan reaction. They're going to be, hurt if he leaves, obviously. And the team, I think the club morale might change, might shift. You have a new manager there this season, and you're seeing that, they have quality on their side. But when you lose a class player like Kane, it's obviously going to have an effect on your club. But Son, he's one of my favorite players in the PL. And you love the relationship he has on the pitch with Kane. Obviously, they play well together. But we saw it on match day number 1. For example, he could do it on his own as well. So I think that they'll be okay. I'm not going to say they're relegated or anything if they lose Kane, but it will have an effect if he does leave.
Absolutely. And Michael, what do you think?
Yeah, Sarah. I mean, as Jelani correctly pointed out there, Harry Kane's a very good player, and I think he makes any team better. But that being said, if the price tag is true, and, he can go for 125 million euros or pounds, whatever it is, I don't know if Harry Kane is quite worth that price. So hypothetically, if Tottenham is willing to reinvest that sum back into their roster, that could be worth more than Harry Kane, just looking at it from, a numbers game. That being said, Jelani, you're 100% correct. Harry Kane on the pitch right now with Tottenham makes that team better. I don't think there's any denying what he's done for this team in the past. And quite frankly, going off just that game against Manchester City, yeah, they came away with the result. But if you play that game again, I'm not sure that result will be the same. So for me, it's honestly a toss-up depending on what Tottenham do.
Yeah, I 100% agree with both of you guys. It's going to be very interesting to see it play out. So if City don't get Harry Kane, do they need another striker? And if they do, how likely are the reports that Cristiano Ronaldo is open to the move to Etihad? Michael, let's start with you for this one.
How likely? Honestly, your guess is as good as mine. But if City don't, get Harry Kane, I think, yeah, they do need another striker. This team has been able to get by countless times without a striker. Playing Kevin De Bruyne as a false 9, for example. Like Pep Guardiola is as creative as it comes in terms of getting the most out of his squad. That being said, I think this team is best when they have a poacher up top, and they need to find someone to, finish off some of their end plays. I think we saw it over the weekend. They had a lot of build-up play, a lot of opportunity, they're just missing that final run in behind. So I think definitely they need to invest in a striker if they don't get Harry Kane.
Absolutely. And Jelani, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that, if you're looking at their squad, they do have guys that could play up front. If they don't get a Kane, they have, Jesus, they have Torres, they have Sterling. So, they have guys to work with. They'd obviously love to have Kane there. Sterling would love to have his countrymate there alongside him. But I do think that if they don't manage to get Kane, you're obviously hearing the reports of Erling Haaland. Is that going to, come to fruition? Is that going to actually happen? If it does, imagine him with Pep's system. Imagine him with the playmaking midfielders that they have. It would be very interesting. But as for Ronaldo, I don't see that happening. I don't even think he's coming back to England. And it would hurt me if he went to City, because, my favorite player, and obviously I'm a United guy. So it would hurt me to see that. But yeah, no, I think, just how he took to Instagram yesterday and his long caption talking about, the disrespect about all this buzz and stuff. I don't put too much stock into that, but it's going to be interesting to see what Pep and what City do if Kane, doesn't come through.
I mean, it's not like they have a lack of players. And finally, guys, VAR was criticized last season and the rules around its use have now been changed. Is technology helping or hindering the game at the highest level? Jelani, we'll go back to you for this one.
Yeah, VAR, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I just think that it came into the sport, with the intent to help the game, to enhance the game. But I think it's overshadowed the game. And it's really a problem when fans are talking about, VAR more than the actual game itself. A lot of huge matches have been decided by VAR. I don't think that's what you want. It's led to fans, being distraught, being upset. It's led to inconsistency, which you don't want. So all these things playing into, I think a few years down the line, we might talk about VAR being removed, at the pace it's gone right now.
And Michael, what do you have to say to that?
Yeah, I mean, I see both sides. Before VAR was implemented, people were screaming for some sort of technology to come enhance the game. But I think they moved that needle a bit too far. It's not about that inch. So what they've done this year is they've, widened that line in terms of the leeway of how much VAR will be implemented. And we saw that take in effect with Bruno Fernandes over the weekend and his goal, where last year it would have been blown down by VAR, but this year it wasn't because, he was within that threshold. So I think technology overall, it does help the game. I think back immediately, obviously, to that Frank Lampard was it the World Cup, I believe, for England, where his strike clearly crossed the line and, wasn't blown down. But there you go. You got goal line technology there to help you out. So, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. Like, you're going to have people that hate it. You're going to have people that love it. But you got to find that balance. And for me, they're heading in the right direction, but they're not quite there yet.
And I think a lot of it is consistency, right? It seems like with VAR, I think a lot of the fans thought, okay, we have consistent rules and calls, but it doesn't really seem like that's the case either, right? Sometimes they review it, sometimes they don't. Why aren't they, reviewing everything or not then, right?
Right.
But guys, thank you so much for joining me, Jelani and Michael. This has been Fast Money Football.